Alright guys, here it is. Here is the new build from EZTV. It looks pretty similar to your old build, but you see we've got some new style widgets here. These thumbnails up here that are gonna pop up whenever you get your build downloaded. Of course, whenever you first download your build, give it a minute, let everything get done. Up here it'll say skin shortcuts, building, stuff like that. Make sure the add-ons are all updated before you try to jump around and do too much, or else it will lag out on you. I tried to slim this build down a little bit, but try to make it really customizable for everyone. So with that said, we'll go ahead and get to it. For the GearsTV customers, first thing you're going to want to do, well for anyone, first thing you're going to do, go to the maintenance section and clear the cache immediately, even if you just downloaded it. See, I just downloaded it and I already have some cache in there. Purge the packages also. We'll go back over to the EZTV guide section. This used to be the MTV guide section. Now that we're rebranded, we've got our own. It is our guide because we paid for the copyrights to be able to do that. So what we're going to first do, go down to the GearsTV. You'll notice here I put paid next to it, just so everyone knows this is a paid add-on. Over here I put free next to the other two free live TV add-ons. I put those there as free alternatives for GearsTV if something were to happen to it or the channel that you're looking for isn't working. There were several more, but nobody ever used them and they were just taking up space, and these are the two best of the other free ones, so I just kept them. So we'll go to GearsTV, click on that, it'll bring up the login page, go down and click to log in, go over and put in your information. I don't know if it'll show all of my information here, so I may have to pause it if it's going to show my password. You'll have to excuse me pounding on my keys also. I'm on my PC. Once you put that in, you'll go over and click OK. Go down and click Clear Cache, because you'll notice there's a note that says click Clear Cache after you hit OK. Always remember that. Go down and click Clear Cache. If you can't see your account information, your details are wrong. So go ahead and delete the cache, and my details were good. Go ahead and test it, just make sure everything's running right before I go to messing with stuff. I'll just try A&E.
Let's get it over with.
And it's running fine. So, now that we're logged in there, next thing we can do, go ahead and click on the EZTV guide. You don't even have to log into the GearsTV add-on like I just did if all you're going to do is use the guide. But if you're going to set your favorite live TV shows and things like that, you'll need to be logged into the guide to go and set favorites. You'll notice whenever you click on that, it's going to prompt you for a username and password. Just click OK. You put in the username and password there. And then it's going to start building the menu. Oh, I may have to click on it one more time after I put my login information in. I might have fat fingered one of the keys. Let's try that again. Normally these are pretty quick videos. This isn't going to be one of them because I'm going to go through every section of this, show you how to set up the widgets and the favorites so that you can fully customize this build to yourself and your liking. There we go. We'll let it build the guide. And I have had a few people tell me that sometimes whenever they open the guide that it'll say no program information available or something along those lines. And I hope it does it to me right now. There we go. So I can show you how to fix it. So it did do it to me I'll back out of the guide, and to fix that, here's what you do. Follow along, write it down if you need to, or just remember this video shows you how to fix it. Go over to System, down to Add-ons, go to My Add-ons, then go to Video Add-ons, down to the EZTV Guide, and then click on Configure. From there you can go to the Maintenance section and reset the channel's program information. Click on that. It says it was successfully performed. Click OK. OK over here. Then you can back on out to the menu. Go back and open up the guide. When you do, it should rebuild it, and your channel information, the programming information, should be there. Simple as that. As long as you write it down or remember that this video shows you that, if you ever have that happen, this is the fix. It's pretty simple. And there you go. The guide is working, or it's up. We'll go ahead and test to make sure it's working. Just watch HBO. It's working. I'll stop that so I don't get hit with any copyright stuff on my YouTube channel. Okay, so the guide is up and it's working. We've logged into the guide, we've logged into the GearsTV. Now we can go through some of these sections and I'll show you how to use them. Let's start with the TV show section. This widget up here on this newer version of the build, this is the most popular shows in Specto, which is an add-on down here, right next to Exodus. For some reason, Exodus is no longer letting us use the super favorites to save our favorite shows and things like that, so I just switched it all over to Specto. So this favorites folder, whenever you save your favorite TV shows and put it in the folder, it's going to be referencing the shows that you've favorited from Specto. So you can't save your super favorites from Exodus anymore. Remember that. Use Specto or use Salt, because they both they have different features in their libraries that allow you to do that. So let's go and look at the most popular shows up here. You can see all the most popular shows right now in Specto. Let's just click on one real quick. Let's say Travelers. I've watched one episode of this. It's pretty good. Click on that. It shows season 1. Click on it. Specto is nearly identical to Exodus in the way that it works. So I do encourage you guys, given the super favorites issue, I do encourage you to start using Specto if you can. Exodus works great on its own, but the libraries just don't work very well, if at all, with super favorites anymore. Let this finish its search. Should start playing. Most of you know how to do this by now. Oh, and one thing I didn't set up in Specto was the autoplay. But here it pulled up all the sources. And if you want that to be a one-click play, let me go ahead and show you how to do that as well, which I should have already done. I'll go over to System and to Add-ons, My Add-ons again, Video Add-ons, and if I lose you, just pause the video and catch up, because I don't want to make this a 2-hour long video. In Video Add-ons, go down to Specto, click on it, open it up, and then click on Configure. And in here you got the settings for Specto. Now, where is it at? In the playback section. Come down here to Autoplay, and just click on Autoplay Library, or Autoplay actually, sorry. Autoplay. Enable that, and go over and click OK. There you go. It should be good. We'll back on out. This time whenever I go and I click on the most popular shows in Travelers, Season 1, Episode 1. It's going to search through the sources. And it should start autoplaying. There you have it. So there's how to set up autoplay in any of your add-ons. It pretty much works the same way on all of them. That's the way it was set up on Exodus in the last build, and that's the way it's currently set. Well, I just now set it up in Specto, so I do encourage you to do that. That's something I completely forgot to do. The next update, it will be done though. So there's the most popular section. Let's say any of these shows, pick one. Vikings. This is a really good show too. Let's say Vikings Season 4. If I'm binge watching a show and I just want to catch up on Season 4, if I save Vikings, the show or seasons individually to my favorites, say I'll save Season 4 to my super favorites. Say add to super favorites, go down to super favorites, and I want to save it to TV shows. It'll bring up this little screen with 2 dots. Just go over and click OK. Now it's saved to my super favorites and my favorite TV shows, which in turn, the way I've got it set up, populates this widget up here. And you'll see here in just a moment, if I go back and I play that, should have done that already, but if I go back and I play part of that episode, it's going to go ahead and pop up and show my favorites as Season 4 has been saved from Vikings up there. I'll let it play for just a second.
On Vikings.
Okay, so it started playing. I'll back out to the main menu. Go to favorites. This gave me a different icon set up. If you want to change that to list, you can go over to the menu on the left and click on any of these, whatever you like. I like lists. You can see Season 4 is saved in my favorites, and it all shows up there. Now it should be populating this widget up here, but right now it's not. Let's figure out why. Go back to it, play an episode. I did find yesterday whenever I was testing that I had to actually play part of an episode for it to register the season and to actually put the thumbnail up top.
On Vikings.
Let's see if that did the trick. There it is. Now you can see it's up there. It may just take a minute. You may have to watch an episode or at least start an episode for it to register. You see it's in TV shows, Season 4. And I'll go ahead and do that with a couple other shows because that is one of my favorite shows. Just show you kind of how it works. Check out all these shows over here. Heck, I don't watch any of these. Click on Travelers since I did start one episode of that. I'm going to save Travelers to my super favorites. Again, I'll do this several times during the video, so you should get the hang of how to save your favorites. You just got to know which folder you want to put it in. Go to TV shows and click OK. And now Season 1 of Travelers should be in there. I'll even see if clearing the cache will help that along quicker. showed up yet. So like I said before, you may have to go to your favorites folder there, Season 1 of Travelers, and start an episode. Let it play for a minute, or watch an episode, and whenever you get done with it, it should pop up in there. And as you save your favorite shows, or seasons, or episodes, they should all pop up along that favorites list. Well, there's two of them. There it goes. Now it popped up. So now we've got two favorite shows saved up there, you can see. And you can do that with all of your favorite shows. I showed you the most popular, how to do that. And they're all in this favorites folder down here. Let's move on over to the movie section. And since I did change the settings in Specto to autoplay, anytime I click on one of these movies, it should just start playing right away. Let's try Sully. Anytime it's searching for sources, this time elapsed. I think it times out at 30 seconds. And most of the time you can cancel it before that and it'll still pull up a source and start playing. And that should have been on autoplay.
Texas 1549 run.
There it goes, it started playing. Let me double check the settings in that add-on to make sure I've got it set up for autoplay. And for people that are hard of hearing or need subtitles, there you go. There's the subtitles menu. Playback, we should be in autoplay. Okay, maybe we do have to have autoplay enabled for the library, so that would be the entirety of the add-on. Let's try it again. Movies. Try Sully one more time. It searched it. Now it's autoplay. There we go. So there you go. Go ahead and enable both of those autoplay features if that's what you want whenever you're searching for movies. Movies in particular is where you'll like the autoplay. And that pretty much covers the movie section. I didn't put a favorite movies section down here, but you can always create a new super favorites folder. And I'll show you later on in this video how to add a menu item down here. It's real simple. Moving on over to the music section, I put a couple of neat little widgets up here for these add-ons that are on here. You notice they have YouTube, Vivo, YouTube is YouTube, and the rest of these are pretty much music videos. Go up here, say you're a fan of country music. These are the Vivo genres. You'll notice you got Latino, electronic, R&B, rock, metal, Christian, jazz, and the list goes on. Say you like country music, click on that, and it brings up the popular country artists in Vivo right now. Click on one of them, say Carrie Underwood, and I don't know what, let's see. Let's see the list of just music videos after music videos. Click on that.
It'd be so nice to have a partner
right away, so there's that. That's Vivo. You got the same kind of similar thing with Now Music up here. You click on one. 5, this is the songs on the album. So there you go. You'll have that, and those Now Musics go back years and years and years. I remember they came out with that whenever I was a little kid. There are just tons of these albums. Every year they come out with a new one. Probably more than one. There's a music section. You've got a couple more add-ons down there you can play with. Move along over to the kids section. And here's where it gets fun. I've got set up here live cartoons. And up here, 24/7 cartoons. And I've got something similar to this in a couple of other sections. The sports section and the guide section. And what you can do with these is you've got your add-ons down here, which I slimmed those down as well. You have the add-ons down here and the favorites folder for your live favorite cartoons. What you're going to do to populate these fields, these widgets, is you're going to go into GearsTV, and this is going to be the same for the sports section and the live TV section. Go to live TV, and we'll start with the 24/7 shows. In the 24/7 shows, say I want 24/7 cartoons in that section for my kids. Let's see, what shows do they like? Batman the Animated Series. Just click on that menu, add it to Super Favorites, go to Super Favorites, 24/7 cartoons, click OK. Let's throw a couple more in there. Chippendales Rescue Rangers, menu, add to Super Favorites, 24/7 cartoons, OK. Darkwing Duck is a good one. And if you just like older shows like this, like I Dream of Jenny, that's a good one. And I Love Lucy's on here too, I believe. Stuff like that. Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, that's a good one. A lot of people's kids watch that. Mine does. Super Favorites, 24/7. Click OK. Let's just go ahead and back out. We've got a few now on the kids section. Go to the kids section. Go to your live favorite cartoons. Oh, sorry. Wrong favorites folder. You can go in there, but then you click this arrow to go back to 24/7 cartoons is what we just worked with. 24/7 cartoons. You can play the Batman series. Play Chippendale.
When the satellite was
Uh-oh. And my Kodi just crashed. I got a lot of things going on at home right now on my network. So, I'll go ahead and let it close. We'll open it back up. This screen does take a little bit longer to open now. Go back to the kids section, or any favorites folder, really, but once you close Kodi and open it back up, you can see that it populates everything. So you can go through and add all of your favorites to all of these sections, and then just close Kodi, force close it, and reopen, and everything should be there. Let's make sure it's all working.
With your hands and toss it.
And there you go.
Next scrutiny.
There's the 24/7 cartoons. Let's go back to Gears and add some live cartoon channels. Go to the GearsTV add-on, Live TV, then go to USA channels, Go find some Disneys and things like that. There's Cartoon Network, which anymore really isn't a kids cartoon network, but go to live cartoons, because that's the folder that we want to save it to for it to show up in that other widget. You've got Disney Junior, add the super favorites, live cartoons, okay, Disney XD, same thing. Really, if you sit down and take the time to do this, it's going to make the build so much better for you. You're going to enjoy it so much better. I mean, I can go through it a little bit quicker because I'm on a PC, but it's really not that hard with a remote, on a Fire Stick, or on an Android box. Okay, we've added a few Disney channels. Let's back out. Go to the kids section. Now we can go to the live favorite cartoons, and you'll see that it added it to that favorites folder. Click and play them. Like I said, some of these, or a lot of them really, you may have to play it before it will show up. Some of those channels are loud. You may have to play it before they show up in the widgets. Okay, I've played them all. Let's back out. And there you have them. So now when you click on them here, Disney Junior, this is live TV, it's linked.
What are you gonna do about it?
There you go. You don't have to search through the guide or the add-on. If you're in the kids section, you've got kids cartoons, you got 24/7 cartoons, and live cartoons. If you set it up the way you want it, you can have anything you want in there, straight from the GearsTV add-on. You won't even have to go into it. And of course, all these add-ons down here. We'll go to the sports section. This is my favorite section. This in the EZTV section. I'm gonna basically do the same thing for sports. I've got USA live sports here, and UK live sports here. I like to have both of them. I'm gonna go to GearsTV. Live TV, USA channels, and I'm going to add a few sports channels that I like. Big Ten Network is one of them. I had super favorites, and I have two separate folders here. That's going to be in the USA section. Let's see, CBS Sports Network. I have super favorites, USA Live Sports, okay. Comcast Sports Network. Let's find some ESPNs and Fox Sports' in there. Good one. I know this is a long video, but if you follow it along and you take the time to set up all of these sections, you're going to appreciate it. You're going to thank yourself for taking the time to do it. Okay, I've got a few sports saved in the USA section. Let me go back to the UK channels now. And pull some sports channels from there. Box Nation's a good one. Gonna put that in the UK live sports folder. BT Sports, all the BT Sports are pretty good. Got a few of each. Let's go out, go to the sports section. You can see again, since I haven't played any of them, they haven't shown up. I think we tried clearing the cache before to see if it helped. I don't remember if it did or not. Get in the habit of clearing your cache anyway, and obviously not. So, we can go to the Gears add-on, or even we can actually go to the favorites folder. For the USA Live Sports, and just play them all one time. I'm not even sure if you have to play all of them. No, I didn't even have to play all of them. I had to play one or two that was in the folder. Let me try just playing. Oh, there we go. Maybe it just takes a little while for them to populate. So if nothing's showing up for a while, just give it a while. Go and watch a show, watch the live TV, and see if it pops up after a while. Try some of the BT sports. They're working. And in this sports section, I wanted to show you guys how to add to this menu down here, how to add a shortcut to NFL Sunday Ticket, NBA League Pass, and Center Ice and pay-per-view. So let me go through that with you real quick. Go over to System. I left this tab down here, Skin Settings. Click on that. It's going to open up this window. Go over and click on Set Up the Aeon Knox main menu. And here you have, these are all of our main menus. Go to the sports section. And if you're not following along with this video, don't mess with any of this because you will have a high chance of screwing it up. And it just wouldn't be fun. So if you're going to attempt this, follow along exactly as I'm doing it. Go to Manage Submenu. And whatever menu you're on, whatever you want to edit, I'm going to do Sports. Go to Manage Submenu. Click on it. You can see these are our submenu items right now. So I'm going to go and add 1, 2, 3. I'll just say 3 items. Once I highlight this item, you can choose an item for the menu. I'm going to go down to Add-on, Video Add-on, and the video add-on we're pulling it from is GearsTV. You'll see it'll display the menu here. We're going to go through it just like we would if we were in GearsTV. And I'm going to add pay-per-view fights. Click on it, it'll say create menu item to here. Yes. We just created a sub-menu item there. And it named it for you right there. Let's go ahead and do the same thing for Sunday Ticket. Choose item. Go to add-on. Video add-on. Go on down to GearsTV. Live TV. NFL Sunday Ticket. Create the item to here. Let's do NBA League Pass the same way. And I actually had all of this stuff done and set up for everyone. The menus customized this way because I knew people would love it. And turns out that I couldn't already have these widgets populated for you because it linked to my login information. And if I released the build, every one of you who clicked on something I put there would be using my login information. That would be no bueno. So we've added a few menu items. Go ahead and back on out. It's going to rebuild the skin. Anytime you change the menu that way, it'll rebuild the skin and send you back here. Now we can go to the sports section and check it out. Click on pay-per-view fights. And obviously there's no fights on tonight, so it's blank. Back out. Go to Sunday Ticket. They don't have any games up right now because it is Friday. but this is going to be a quick shortcut for you. The more that you customize and populate out here, the less you have to go to the guide, to the add-on, and all of that. Oh, I think I clicked on something.
But don't look behind the curtain.
Oops. I'll try to say. I'm sure there's basketball games on right now. League Pass. What time is it? It's 9:48. These are Eastern times. So Heat and Lakers, Clippers and Kings should be playing. Let's try this. Heat and Lakers. There you go. Gosh, I love NBA League Pass. And that is how you set up your widgets, and how you can, if you want, customize your menu in the sports section. You can customize your menu the same way in any other section, but I don't encourage it. This is the way I wanted to set it up for you guys, but I couldn't do it, like I said, because of that login information. If I could, it would have already came with all of this on it. Now we'll move over to the EZTV guide section, and the same principle. Live TV channels. Just go through the add-on and find your favorite channels that you watch. I'll list a few of mine. There's one there. Add it to super favorites. We're going to add it to live channels. Click OK. Let's see what else. A&E's a good one. Add to super favorites. Super favorites. Live channels. OK. CMT's another good one. Keep all the news you can. Discovery, super favorites, live channels. Okay, now that I've added a few of those, I'll go to the live favorites folder that I've got created here. Play a couple of them. Hey, that was Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Flavors like these.
Alright, I've played a couple of them for just a second. Let's go back and see if they pop up. There we go. And in the background of all of these widgets, you'll see the little guys from the game Gears of War, because the creator of GearsTV is obviously a fan of the game, and that's the default background, in case anyone's wondering. Let's test these and see if they're working.
Food-loving family, or
Yep. So there you have it, guys. There's a rundown of every section of the new build. Remember to clear your cache and purge your packages. As often as you remember to do it, just take 2 seconds and go to do it. At least once a day, though. It's going to help you run a lot smoother. And I look forward to seeing what you guys do with this, and how well you guys customize it and make it your own. I've got a lot of work to do do my sports section, that's for sure. Supercross is coming up tomorrow. That's pretty much it, guys. Have a good night. I hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry it was so long, but follow along.